Can somebody tell me why devices on Microsoft computers just decide to, oh, you've been using this microphone the whole time, let me just switch it to something else. And then of course I'm expecting it to work, and it doesn't work for some reason. I really don't understand. Like I used this exact setup last time as well, but then somehow Windows decided, no, let me do something else. Jesus. I don't know, man. Also with Photoshop, I've been teaching lately at my former university, and I guess the students have the latest version of Photoshop. There's like no magic wand tool. There's like some sort of different tools there, and I didn't find the magic wand tool in the latest version. It's just like, everything is blowing my mind. All right, back to you lovely people. Welcome, hello. GM Bob, because they can. It's in the EU. Flights check before you stay. I did. I specifically remembered that my mic and my thing were turned off, so I turned them on because I also just recorded video for Monday, right? So it was working. Yeah, I guess I do have to like do a proper flight check every time with this, but okay. I did not expect for it to not work. But yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do this nice little stream is feedback on all the amazing entries for the challenge. And there's really, like there's 15 pieces of them. I just compiled them. So I'm very excited that you guys were this enthusiastic about it. Yeah, I'm very ashamed, Manuel. Professionalism is not what we do on this stream. So once again, people on the Discord didn't really write their social media tags, so that's gonna be like that. But I compiled a bunch of images from Instagram as well. So whoever's watching this later on at whatever time, you can follow these tags to find these people on Instagram. Let's start with Severe N. Not sure which one it is, but let's bring this into Photoshop. And actually, I don't think I will need to give feedback on everything because a couple of these are quite good. But there are some things that I can point out if I only get a better brush and the red color. So I do like, so this is pretty cool here. You have this joint which will give sort of, this will become more pushed and pushed together, and by this I mean this joint. I see two problems here that maybe for the future is good to pay attention. Is if you look at, maybe if I bring down the opacity of this one a little bit to 50. Okay, so if we look at this, if we look at it from the side, you have something like this, and then you have this joint here, and then you have sort of the rest of the leg. Now the only problem I see with this one, whenever this wants to, or if you would want to stand a little bit with a robot, it will never go further than, so this will, if I just copy this, there, and if I select this and move it from this hinge point, it can only go to this point. So I understand maybe that's how you designed it, and maybe it's not supposed to go any further than that. But imagine if it wants to jump, if you want your robot to jump, it would be cool if it could stand properly. So what I would do here is maybe just bring this a little bit closer there, and here also up to there. And then at least you have more like a 90-degree angle there that this can rotate in. So that's the only thing. The rest looks really nice. I really like it. And then the other thing that I mentioned here is this is very fragile. So if you do engineering or industrial design And if you would model this in CAD, so you would have sort of, I'm doing a side view from here. You would have sort of a surface like this from the side, with this being here. Now, something that you learn in engineering is a little bit of how the forces work. And if you have a joint here, there's going to be a lot of rotational forces applied here, and also you're going to have a lot of forces coming from here, all because of that. Which means that here, this is going to be very fragile, and this is a spot, so this here, that can easily break. And you don't need all the engineering knowledge to know this, just subconsciously the brain will tell you that, oh, this is a little bit flimsy. So what you could do, you could just make this like a full body, and this is where the hinge is. And then you have a much stronger build that can counter the forces that would come from there. So it's a bit technical, but it's something that in your mind subconsciously you see that, you just don't know you see something is wrong, but you don't know what is wrong. But as I said, the rest here, this is a really nice one. Also the arms here are really nice, and also like just an industrial robot sketch. So this is really nice. I like this these studies and applications a lot. Mridul Jaisa, hey Robert, do you think redrawing product or any other kind of sketch helps you become a better designer? I don't think it helps you become a better designer. It helps you become better at understanding, probably, and better at drawing that thing. That's how I learned to draw. I started out with silly Spider-Man poses. I don't even know I can, like there was always a leg like this, and then a leg like this, and then one hand was in the back and the other hand was sort of doing the twipping sort of shooting. And just because I drew this a lot, I learned a bit about anatomy. It wasn't perfect, but it learned me understand how the human form works. And then from there on, of course, I moved on to redrawing cars from Scott Robertson that have these weird sort of perspective things to them. And I learned something from there. So definitely redrawing things will help you a lot, in my opinion. Kailan Rai, hello, recently started learning figure drawing. Have you ever studied figure drawing, Robert? Yes, yesterday I was supposed to go to a figure drawing class here in Amsterdam, but sadly I was working and I couldn't go. But I'm looking forward to next week when I will hopefully be able to attend. Let's move on to the next one. Peter Art, I really like Peter Art. I follow him on Instagram, and if you don't follow him yet, I recommend you do, because he does a lot of really awesome cars. I don't think there's too much feedback I have to give, because he's pretty good at what he does. So there's really, I don't think there's super much I can say. The only thing that I noticed here that is a little bit weird to me, what might be that I don't understand it, is that you have like sort of a rotation here, which is fine, but this seems to be like one solid block. This little rotational device, like I think what is meant to be is that this is supposed to pivot separately from that one, but because of how he drew this, it seems like this is one big block, which makes this also like stuck in there. So this will always move together. So I would have made sure to somehow make it understandable that these are two different things. But if you look at how nice the joint looks here, this is very solid in here as well. These fingers look fantastic, and I love this little detail with the cables. You can see that he had a lot of fun with this one. So all in all, I think it's a really nice drawing. These are the sort of things I would a bit pay attention to. Let's go to the next one. Oh, I'm pressing things and things are happening. GFRI, Griefer brand, I guess. Jesus, it's hard to pronounce that. So what, pretty nice ones. I like this. Like here you can see that he was following an industrial design, well, an industrial robot. And it's pretty good because you have these axes here, And even if he didn't if he didn't draw these dots that sort of connect them, because of how it's set up, it's understandable that the pivoting is going to happen there, and that's really cool. It's nice to, this is also a very nice mechanism. This is probably a pivot, and then so this can pivot like that. The one thing that I think he got a little bit lazy, it would be nice to explain how this works a little bit better. So there's probably so either it's like one long bar there, and then you have sort of joints here that the fingers are on, like he drew them there, or you just draw it more like a hand, and then you have a palm area there, then a joint here, a joint for the thumb, and then the joints, 3 joints he did for the fingers. So I think it's important for yourself to understand, because here the lines sort of disappear. Here it's not exactly said what's happening. So sometimes I say it's okay to hide some of the detail, but it can also bite us in the butt when it's not clear enough what's happening there. And speaking of hands, our friend, I'll jump down to the Discord because Rue drew these hands, and while of course not all of them are perfect, you can see them. He was turning them around and he was analyzing them from all sorts of different angles. Some of them remind me of good old Transformer hands. So it can be helpful if you combine something like this with hands like this. Oh, welcome Herzim. I hope it was helpful. As I said, I think most of what you did was pretty nice. Trevsarts. Let's see what we can say about Trevsarts. Okay. Trevsarts did pretty good here. These are pretty nice. I would say I like this. Like you always, it's nice to think if. Let me bring this a little bit lower. Wrong layer. Like you imagine, like something like this is usually has some sort of big body as well. So I don't know what sort of big body this one might have, but it's heavy, right? So especially if you give it like that back heaviness, this is always very nice to have that support towards the back so it won't fall back. And also like, I don't know what the functionality is. It almost looks like one of those mud guards on a bike, but it just looks cool. So there's many times when there's something that is not necessarily functional, but I just really like how that looks. The one thing that I like a little bit less here are these pipey looking things, because I just don't understand. I feel like it doesn't look like they're part of the rotation, and even if they're part of the rotation, it seems like they're more limiting than helping. I don't know why they would there, so I would probably get rid of those. You can make this a little bit thicker. Maybe you just wanted to reinforce it to make it a little bit stronger. I would still get like rid of those. Yeah, this is very cool. Like this is what I like to see. So you have the rotation there, and you have the rotation here as well. So you really get a lot of movement out of those joints. So very nice. Okay. Yeah, Rugai, don't be embarrassed. Come on. Handles, yeah. Oh yeah, Bogdan. Bogdan is a friend of the stream and a friend of the Discord as well. Actually, let me do this. There we go. Let's see what Bogdan did here. So I already like what he did, because he just started out with just doing some studies of basic simple joints, how they work. And the simpler the joint that you're doing, the better your understanding is going to be. So it's clear from here that really it's just a relatively simple joint. and this is your rotation area. And then he took everything that he learned. Look at that, he went into some complex joints as well, and then he tried to apply it as much as he could. So he went with toy, what was it, action figures. So he put sort of these ball joints. The one thing I don't know if I even see like proper ball, like what toys have. So the one thing that toys don't have is these are not actually actuated. So you would need some sort of motors, like rotating these. So I would maybe think of, okay, so where does the energy come from? Where do you apply the energy? So usually when you have a ball like this that can rotate directions, like I would put it maybe into a socket like this, and then this socket would have smaller motors that would rotate this ball around. This is the inside these balls. So then you would have two bigger sockets like that, and then you would have the rest of your leg going from there. So it's just good to think, because this looks a little bit bare bones. So yeah, by magic. I thought it would be something like that. Thank you, Kailan. Have a good night. Okay, and then one thing here, like here you sort of gave up on the joint there. It's you sort of have this leg shape, and then you have this here, and then you have, I mean, the shape is really nice because it looks like a human foot, and I love the separation of the big toe as well. But how does this work? Like what's the idea behind it? I like that you went in detail with the fingers, and you can clearly see the joint here as well, but then you got a bit lazy there. So watch out for that. Isn't that how Toy Story? Yeah, Toy Story works with magic. I agree. But yeah, good stuff, Bogdan. Love seeing application of studies. Really nice. Okay. We had Tim Querek. Again, a very nice one. Okay. I mean, this looks very nice. I would watch. So it looks very mechanical, very cool. I really like it. What I would watch out for is a little bit of the flimsiness. So here, let me just separate this a little bit, so we can work on it. So we sort of have these two axes here, and it almost looks like just you have one cylinder sort of touching another cylinder, and break time. Well, I'm gonna go grab some water while we do a quick break. Hydration, guys. Hydration is important. Isn't that a documentary? All right, back to our feedback moment. So this looks like it's two cylinders, and then you have sort of these pipey things welded to them, and the only connection they have is through this outer very thin thing. So they can technically rotate around, because so what he did here, the functionality is fine. I have nothing against that. So he has this piston, and this piston can pull these together, so that's fine. But this is very flimsy. It looks like this could break at any moment. So I would watch out for constructions like this. If you want to construct something like that, make sure to make it sturdy. Make it if you don't want to make it thick, at least make it a little bit bigger, and then you can put your cylinders in there. I still find it a little bit of an interesting construction, but at least this one, and this one, if you turn it around, what am I doing here? Yeah, let me turn it like this. So if you would have one axis here and one axis there, you can also just connect this whole construction for more stability in the back. So this would be a connection. So I would do something like that. This is a little bit flimsy. I would be afraid of that. Ruga has got to pick up his son. Say hi from him to us. No, hi from us to him. Yeah, his rendering is really tasty. So everything else is nice. So this is also cool. It looks really nice and sharp. And I mean, look at this. The cables look really nice. I like this grabber. These is also a little bit questionable. I mean, it looks cool, but so if you're a mechanical engineer, you sort of learn this, which I did long time ago, but I forgot. Gears. So the profile of a gear is almost always like something like this. And then all these radiuses, these are usually known, also this radius. But in general, when you draw gears, this is the correct radius. This is fine when you're in a hurry, but if you have 1 and 2 gears, and the outer thing is bigger, let me clarify a little bit. So if this part of the gear is bigger than this part, on this side, this is never gonna fit in there. So your eye is gonna like, okay, how does that interconnect? It doesn't really. I still think in this drawing it's fine. It looks nice, but I would watch out for something like that. Gears are something that we see on the regular, and you will subconsciously see that something is not okay there. Hey Kupuli, welcome to the stream. Long time no see. He's on the phone. Well, he can watch the review. He can watch the review. Replay. Okay, let's see where we are. Did I miss anything? Oh yeah, I missed. Did I do this? Yeah, I did this. I didn't do balloon design. So Control C, Control V. There we go. So let's talk about balloon designs. Work. Let's see what we have here. Actually, let me go up to 90% again. I really did, this looks almost organic, so I really like this. And he did hide a couple of the mechanisms and joints behind this sort of fabric, so I think that works pretty cool. And this is a really nice thing for a leg, because it almost looks like you would have your hand like doing a handstand or something. So I think that is really cool. Where I have a little bit of an issue, while this looks pretty cool, I like it quite a bit. These joints, I don't know, or not joints, like pistons, I don't know what they're doing. They look like they sort of stop the whole mechanism from working. So if I would draw this from the side, I imagine there's like a joint here as well, and then you would have this. Very cool, actually. He has some very interesting shapes that he's using here. I like this a lot. But then you sort of have this thing coming over here, interconnected. Looks a little bit like a golf bat. And then you have another one down here. But what I'm missing is sort of like a connection to a rotating point. Like it seems like it's fixed here. So if this is fixed, it makes the whole thing rigid, and it won't be able to do the whole motion that it needs to do. So I would watch out for that. So what I would do here, ooh, I was drawing on the wrong layer, guys. Oof. Okay, let's just paste it in again. There we go, problem solved. So I said I would put a little something that sort of explains that this pivots from that area. And sometimes what you can also do, you can also give it like a small rail that this thing can move on up or down in this small rail area. So when it contracts or gets together, so I don't know, we would have it somewhere here. Actually, this should be connecting to whatever this is connecting to. So it would be somewhere here, right? And then if this is coming down, this can also slide down here a little bit. So you can give it a little bit more function, feeling of function. Okay, let's see if I missed any text. Trazin, I always have his stream on mute anyways. Great! Cameron Kleinhans, good evening all. Those are hydraulic gas springs. Not sure. I mean, if you mean these, I just call them hydraulics, but gas springs they shall be from now on. But once again, so this is really cool because you hit also a lot of things that might or might not be functional. So watch out for those. And yeah, this is just looks very nice again. I'm not sure what it is, but it looks functional. I like it. Okay, let's go to the next one. So we had Bogdan. Sturgeon. Let's see what Sturgeon did here. So what is, so maybe 3D is not his strength, but it is a little bit hard for me to see where we're coming from. So if you just look at this from far, it's nice as a single sketch, but once again you have the issues here of where does this connect, because usually a hydraulic mechanism like this is there for movement help, right? So this can come in and this can also rotate, and then at the same time it can go out again. So it helps a lot with the movement. It's usually for heavy parts, pushing the oil in and then sucking the oil out moves those heavy arms that you also see on excavators. So this seems to be sort of connected to the same. This seems to be one megastructure. You don't have clear delimitations where it ends, where it stops. So I would watch out for stuff like that. What I like here, you clearly have very nice rotation and you have these delimitations, so we know that this is going to go up and down. So that's pretty cool. Clearly these mechanisms are supposed to help this arm probably rotate that way. I would, like whenever you're drawing something, it should be clear. I don't know if I'm looking from the front at this thing or if it's the side of this thing. It's a little bit hazy to me what exactly we're looking here at. So maybe you can also just write front or side or back, so the viewer has a little bit more idea what they're looking at. But I think some of the ideas that you have here are really nice. Once again, I like the combination of several rotating things together with these joints that will, and a big ball thing in there that gives you a lot of ideas of movement there. So I think that's pretty nice. Let's see if we missed any text here. If you watch the movie Aliens, you will see what I mean when Ripley fights the alien in the Mac. Oh, okay. Okay, bye-bye, Saman. Thanks for joining. Imperial Night Legs. Those show balls and sockets, Mac joints. Okay, there you go. Imperial Night Legs. I can't talk tonight, guys. I think this will be a relatively short stream. I did a couple of thinking heavy jobs this week, which sort of fried my brain. Flap from our Discord, who always has these really fun industrial design rough sketches. Let me grab some more water while we take a short break. Hey, Dan. Dan helped me in teaching today. Thank you for joining the stream, my friend. He's an industrial designer to be studying at Delft at the moment. Okay, so let's jump in here. Yeah, so this is just good shit. I never really have too much to say about Flap because I really like his style and his drawings. it's relatively identifiable. He likes to do the industrial design thing where you just put all your sketches together, which sometimes works, sometimes it might be a little bit confusing, especially since he has quite thick lines. So maybe for him sometimes it would be good to separate them. But I mean, if you just look at this arm, there's nothing really bad to say about it. What I like that he paid a little bit attention to. So you have the cylinder in the center that allows you the movement. You have the two outer sort of cylinder cloggy things, and you can see that the upper claw has this internal space and the lower claw is supposed to fit in there. Like if it really, obviously it won't fit together because this and this will like clap, 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 clap. So you won't be able to fit it together. But this is just a little element that already makes it look quite a bit nicer. So I like that a lot. And then, yeah, some things that look like industrial robot parts. You have, this is just clean, nice design. So you have this sort of rounded shape here that flows into this whole part, and then this gives you also the idea that there is this axis and that works together with, let me draw another cone, well not cone, ellipse thing here. And then you have this nice rotation here. So it's very clear, very simple, very easy to see what's happening there. I'm a fan of that. And this is also cool, interesting, where you have sort of this double thing and then this double joint fits in there and then it gives it this rotation. Yeah, I always like flap stuff. Nice to see him taking the time and joining our challenge. De Graaf 91, hello from Norway, new to your channel, glad I found you. Well, glad you joined us. Hey Kim, welcome, welcome. Have you seen the intro, Kim? I did it just for you, so you better appreciate that intro with the stones where I caress them for you. Okay, so Rue is not here. Rue is picking up his kids, so might as well do it. Well, I talked about his hands, but let's talk about his arms as well a little bit. So Rue is somewhat of a beginner, very enthusiastic, and he's doing good progress. So I'm very happy to see him joining more and more of our challenges. And yeah, I think he was like tracing over a human figure here, which is very nice because that's how you learn these sort of things. So I'm just gonna draw out a quick body here. And then he just tried to apply different sort of designs, which I think I like this one very much. I like this one. These almost look a little bit like Borg designs. If you guys know Star Trek and Borg, these go into a little bit into that direction. And the main things, especially if you draw in smaller detail, the main things that he did here are the main joints, which is the shoulder, the elbow, and the wrist. And that already, if you put those joints in there, it is quite understandable what's happening. But I really like all these organic looking cableage things that he put in there, which could be like bionic muscles as well. So I think he is making really nice progress from where he started, and also doing stuff from imagination that looks really good. So it's a good thing that he's not here. I don't want him to hear that I'm giving him this nice feedback. So hopefully he won't watch this part of the video and won't see this. All right, let's move on to our friend Manuel, who I don't know if he's with us right now or not. He was in the chat earlier, but I know that he's working quite often. So I think I might have given him already some feedback on this one, or no, I didn't. But yeah, I just like what he did. He had a little bit of fun with this green little fella. For a second, oh, he's there. For a second, I wanted to say it would have been cool to see his arms actually control something, but then I saw that he has this sort of cable being attached to where I imagine his brain is. So everything is done by brain power, which is also very cool. it's always so. This is also a little bit of design, because he's like me a little bit. He likes to go ridiculous. I would have liked to see a little bit more a professional sort of harness that keeps him in there, but it makes the whole thing a little bit funnier that he only has these two stupid little belts that keep our friend in there. So you can have a lot of freedom and just fun doing these sort of things. And then let's talk about the actual joints that he has here, which are double joints here. Very nice. You can see the hydraulic, not press, but the hydraulic thing working there. Something that is weird, it looks like it just ends. It ends not being connected anywhere. So that I find a bit weird, but it can happen. In the meantime, hey Johnny and Crazy Funny, welcome to the stream. So yeah, I would watch out for that. And I'm trying to understand what that does. Because, okay, so also this hydraulic thing, I'm gonna call it, is open now. And if you close it, it means that it comes up to here, and the leg would sort of go up there, if you know what I mean. Because so this would pull up there, and basically this part of the leg would go up there. So you have some sort of weird chicken leg situation there. So maybe instead you could have made like a hard point here that is connected to the leg, and then connected it up here to this one. That might have been a better solution, but maybe not. Either way, watch out for these sort of things a little bit. The rest I like, as I think I said this on the Discord. You can see a lot of combination of like hard industrial mechanical looking things with a little bit of covered things. So I talked about these in last week's video, not this week's video, that there's many ways that you can do it, and I like that he tried to bring everything in and try everything a little bit. So that's very cool. As always, having an engineering background, I love seeing things taken apart like this and trying to explain how things work. I understood the other way. If you contract the pistol, the joints will get closer. Yeah, well, that's what I said. So, this is not contracted, right? Because this sort of have to fit in there. So if it's contracted, it goes there, and if it goes there, it will pull this one up. So you want the motion to happen from there, but I mean it's fine. It's fine. I am nitpicking at this point. And here you sort of explain it as well. So I think it's okay in the end. But yeah, well, as I said, really nice illustration, and it's just nice to see that you're having fun with these. So good job. Let's move on to Kim. Now that we have him here. And Kim did studies, which are great, and I always recommend doing these because they are helpful. Something that I can... So technically there's nothing wrong with the joints. I think that's fine. What I will talk a little bit about drawing and drawing techniques here. So let's see, if we're looking at this, you sort of have a cylinder, and that cylinder goes into, well, actually you can draw it out by just drawing squares, and then you round them off. So this would be the squares, right? And then here you just make sure to nicely round them off. And the same story here. Something like that. And then if we take a look what's going on here, we have sort of a cut there. and then you can sort of show the cut going on there. Something like that, and then in here you would have your cylinder that is doing your motion. So just make sure those basic things are there. Yeah, I know it's easy to forget about the box, but I keep on saying it is helpful. It is helpful in the end. Okay, let's do our little movements. For this one, it's so it's this part is very much connected to this one, and we're missing your connection there. So this one is a bit bigger. You have this bigger squarish looking block, and this one, so I feel like, see, so this lower part is probably connected to this block, or connected to that block in 2 points. Either way, yours is below it. So you wanna try and not let it go below it. So I would say put a small dot there, just so you know where you want to attach it. And then you have these ellipses on this side, and then you have the ellipses here. And it's a little bit about construction and a little bit about patience. And whenever you run out of patience, you just do a little bit of copy pasting and move it over there. Something like that. And now you can draw in the inner part as well, which would be somewhere here. So you do have to watch out for those proportions. I might have gone a little bit extra big with this one, but yours was a little bit too small there. So yeah, watch out for that. I was thinking the same thing, that I was connected to that level, but only thought about it at the end. Yeah, and I mean, I know you don't always have super much time to do these things, but it's worth just seeing that's not working. Okay, kill it. Let's draw it again. Like that's the best way of learning. If you just if you're open to killing your little baby. Sketch Zero did a nice little robot as well. Let's see. Let's make it a little bit smaller. So this is good old Transformers trickery as well, with these joints. Just put this sort of material around it that is a little bit like a harmonica, right? So in the end you have to worry much less about what you're showing and what you're not showing. And as long as you build it up a little bit nicely, it will work out for you quite nicely. You add a little bit of shading as well, and then all your joint problems are technically solved. And this is your upper arm, and then this is your lower arm. It's very nice old school kind of drawing that I appreciate. I can't say anything bad about it. Warm bird. That I like that. So the only thing that is a little bit for me is the hip joints, because those seem very rigid. So you have this central crotch area, which looks something like this, and then you have this cylinder coming out of it, and that is connected to a leg piece that is rounded there. So let me try and do the rounding correctly. But I imagine you guys can feel it as well, that this only moves like this. And usually for the hip, it is nice to have this sort of movement as well. So it would be cool if you would come up with some sort of mechanism that would allow for this hip to do that sort of pivoting movement as well. Or you could keep that fixed there and come up with something here that would be a ball that you would have some sort of pivoting area there. You could cut this off a little bit and then you would have a joint there. So just to make it less rigid. Something else is, so this is good to see also for perspective. Let me erase everything. If we look at your drawing, it starts out as a box like this. Let me actually bring the box up there. So this seems to be the box. And then all of a sudden, your lower leg box is facing us. So it's something like this. But it's nowhere communicated with us where this twist happens, because this seems to be, so it comes in here. You actually have almost like a twist in this upper leg part. So you do have to watch out for something like this. You do have to explain, if you draw it in perspective, keep it in perspective, because you had a weird twist here that doesn't really make sense. So yeah, watch out for this. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Psyfio is someone new on Discord, and he just decided to drop this beast in there and leave. Just drop the mic and then move on. Let me see if I can make this a bit stronger. I have nothing to say here. This looks like stuff that people that I follow on YouTube and Instagram might draw. So all I can say is, I mean, this looks fantastic. You can see that you have pistons here. You have the main axis. The piston is pulling back. Your hand is gonna come up. You have nice articulation in the joints there. You have a joint there. This is moving. You have this piston which will move the arm up and down. You can have rotation here. You can have rotation there. Probably not there, but your rotation is from there maybe a little bit. You have a rotation axis this way. You have a rotation axis there, here a little bit. So there's a lot of good stuff. This is very Japanese looking leg. These I'm always wondering about how mobile they are, but they look freaking good. They look very good. So there's not much I can say here. This is really good stuff. So if you join on our Discord, make sure to harass him so he can teach you a little bit. I mean, look at this. You have all these rotation possibilities there, here. Look at the joints there. Another time here, and here as well. Like, I can imagine some of these pistons could pull and push it, so you would reach sort of this sort of, where is my hand? Yo. So you can do this as well. So it's yeah, it's a really nice job. I'm very happy that he joined our little challenge. And I think we are coming towards our last one, which is Psy 3. And I think Psy, I don't know if he commented anything with it. It's a little bit PPD pop. Let's check the concept challenges. Just a rough idea for now. I haven't thought of how this stuff works. The limb joints, I have a few ideas, but haven't drawn them out yet. I don't think I'll finish them by the deadline. Just wanted to try it. So this looks, this is quite big. Make it slightly bigger. Let's bring down the opacity a little bit. And if I draw over it here, so it looks like this is probably the crutch piece. So you have the twisting rotation for the upper body, and from here you could have sort of the bowing rotation. So that looks quite nice. That looks workable. Again, the thing is, what you have to think about in this case is this is a very small area for this rotation to happen. So where is the engine that is powering this? Like what is connected to this? It's usually nice to have some sort of joints that are connected to this rotating thing, so they can, joints, I meant hydraulics, that can push this up and down, so you have that nice bowing thing. And then here he drew these two cylinders, and then he added these bigger shoulder looking things, which, let me take his drawing away a little bit. So I guess we achieved this sort of rotation, that is fine. Just because we draw a ball, it doesn't mean that it will give you that free rotation that the ball has. So I would try to explain that a little bit better. Maybe what you could do is add sort of a pivot area here, and then you would have another thing here, and then you would have, you would have this and also a little bit of this. So that would already help, I think, because right now you're missing a little bit of that. Okay, alternatively, I would take also this, just to redesign this a little bit. I would add two sort of peg things here. And then these could be connected here. And then if these rotate together with this thing, then we should have no problem. 1, 2. And then here you also have the connections. Okay, so now if these contract, now you tilt forward. If they go out, it stands up again, straight. And you also have your rotation here. What did you throw here, babe? This?
Got stuck.
It's cut off. This is useless. Okay. My girlfriend printed out or had some photos that we took printed out, and they took it they did one absolutely uselessly. It was fun. It's funny. It's funny because it's a good photo. Okay, back to here. So I would have that sort of joint situation there, and then you can have this. How was his crotch area looking? It was something like this, right? Yeah. And then you have, yeah, so you have this rotation here, that rotation there, and the big shoulder bubbles can be just that, big shoulder bubbles. So it's okay. It's just little changes that you could add to this. 50 plus people. Oh, okay. I'm not nervous today. I mean, I can show you the picture. Let me see. Where am I? Where is my? You won't see much. So this was in Paris, me and my girlfriend, and I was teaching her here. No, yeah, I was teaching her how to do the Slav squat. I was just telling her, yeah, like do the piece and the Slav squat, and yeah, it wasn't. It's cut off. The main part is cut off. So it is what it is, guys. Okay, I think that was the last one. We went through all of them. So this was 15 entries, guys. This was really fun for me to see this. I'm very happy that this many of you joined in. I always love giving feedback, so I hope some of it was good and you could take some of it away. Let's see if we can draw. Well, we're 1 hour in, sort of. Let's do one fun drawing, and then I will crash, because yesterday and the day before I had full days of listening and drawing at the big conference, and that melted my brain a little bit. And today I was teaching, so my brain is really running on fumes. She does what she promises. She does indeed. Can you show us now what you were doing? What I was doing when? Kupuli, please elaborate. Okay, Dadi Nasil, hello, I'm new here. Do we have challenge every month? We try to have challenge every month, that is the thing. Oh, and that picture, I can show you in drawing. This is my brethren from from back home. Let me see if I find a good one. Well, I like, oh, this one is also good. Come on. This is how we do the squad back in good old Eastern Europe. I just want this the other way around. Flip horizontal. There we go. So what you do is you take your anus and you bring it very, very low to the ground. Actually, I never drew Slav squats, so this is very interesting for me. Not most, but many Europeans, many of my friends I know can't do the Slav squat. And my girlfriend was also not that good at it, but she started doing more and more yoga. So now sort of she can do it. Funnily enough, Romanians are not Slavs, but I mean, we can do at least most of the ones. Bogdan, can you do the Slav squat? Tell me. I don't want to talk out of my ass, but most of the Romanian friends I have, we can all of us do the Slav squat. I will turn this one into an anime girl monstrosity if you guys keep on annoying me with that shit. That's what you will get. I love the one time that we have 50 people watching this shit. I'm drawing this nonsense. It's when I'm trying to teach people stuff, there's not really a lot of people, but when I'm drawing Slav squat, we have 50 people. Okay, let's do a slightly longer break. Yup, Bogdan can do the Slav squat. There we go. Oh, you don't find it relaxing? I mean, I like to do 50-50 between Slav squat and just normal squat. I like to switch between my legs sometimes, but when both my legs are a bit tired, I just go into a Slav squat. I can do it and I'm not even from her. I mean, I think a lot of Asians do the same, like Asians do the squat like this as well, if I'm correct. Medici can do the Slav squat, look how happy she is. We should do a poll, okay? We haven't done polls in a long while. Okay, we're doing polls. Can you do the Slav squat? Yes, no, there we go. Don't watch my typos. Hello, new people. Lemon skate. Sadly, I don't read Cyrillic, my friend. Do I know any break time app for artists? The one I use is Workrave. So Workrave. I think like Windows and many of the modern things have built-in apps as well. I would recommend that. Very funny, Roducci. We're going to do this now. I'm going to make this drawing much better. We're randomly taking this. There you go. Now you can say that I drew an anime girl. Technically I didn't, I totally stole this. Okay, there's some Cyrillic going on in the chat. That's fine. Okay, there's a lot of people that can do the Slav squat. Nice. Did not expect that. Where's the hell no choice? We don't want to lose the, like, even if I trace it over, it's gonna be horrible. I'm not gonna trace it over. We're just gonna work this into here. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine, I'll tell you. So one thing I have to make this a proper Adidas tracksuit, I guess. Oh no, I'm on the wrong layer. What am I doing? Welcome to Chronicle Gamer. Okay, so in Algeria, people like to chill like this. Well, see, this just absolutely proves that we are all the same people. So technically, Slavs, Algerians, and Asian people are literally all the same. That's scientific proof right there. Okay, let me see the hands. Hands are always fun to draw. Actually, I'm gonna add a cigarette. I don't like smoking or smokers, but it just feels like this anime girl needs a cigarette. And actually, before I continue, I don't want to be. Let me see. I want to find where I took this drawing from. I want to give some. So I think this is the original. So just so you guys know, it's a really nice drawing. I'm not trying to make fun of it. I'm not trying to steal it. I'm incapable of drawing anime girls. So I just wanted to give a shout out to the artist who did that, because I'm incapable of doing something like that. Let's also end our vote here. There we go. Let's see. Anime girls. I mean, it was up, I think it was up to 60 viewers at one point as soon as I started drawing the anime girl. So you guys know what's gonna happen now. I'm absolutely gonna sell out. And from now on, all my drawings, I'm just gonna copy paste anime girl faces into them. And that is going to be our new style here on this channel. It's gonna be industrial design and anime girls. Although this has nothing to do with industrial design, but hey, it's okay. Man, it's been a while. Yeah, now I really feel that I miss drawing figures and humans. It's been a long while since I did this. Some Adidas stripes, because they are always a winner. There we go. Cute anime girl Max. I don't know why everybody likes that. No, and I meant literally, they're all the same people. We are all clones of each other. Aliens came and they cloned us, but we're all the same. It is the hollow earth theory. I love it. So first I plagiarize somebody else's anime girl, then I start talking about conspiracy theories. So much for monetization. Like we can forget all about that. Oh boy. I'm a bit loopy, slightly loopy. Let's see what else we have here. And Andre Meg, welcome. It has been a while since you drawed industrial design, something like a chair or furniture. It has been a while, hasn't it? I know. I think I can't draw that no more. Like I when I was at school today and I was looking at the people drawing the industrial design things, I was like, I'm not gonna tell you this, but I can't draw this anymore. I mean, technically I could. It's just I don't know. I've been on a spaceship and robot thing for a while now. I might have to do some couch, or what do I know, what design. Let's give this a little bit of branding. There you go. That already makes it look a bit more interesting. Let's clean up our anime girl a little bit. And by clean up, I mean ruin it a bit more. Let's see what I missed something. It looks like she's planting a ball. Do hollow and flat earthers ever get into arguments? That's a good one. I would like to follow that one up now. It looks like she's shooting the bird. Well, I wouldn't call myself a real teacher. I was helping out Kim, but it was really fun. I definitely wanna go back and do it again. Okay, let me see. I do want to. I'm just gonna cut this out of here, merge it down to here, and let's see if we can fill this. There we go. I'm gonna lock this layer. Yeah, I feel like this needs to be black now. So lock the layer. How is it not all black? Oh, it was a selection. Yeah, okay. I see. We have some empty areas here, maybe a little bit there. This one can also disappear. A little bit of an empty area here as well. There we go. Okay, let's catch up with the chat a bit. Obviously, King Free. Hey, I'm Eastern European. Like, we support Adidas till death. You have to put anime girls in those couches if you want to sell them. You should do power tools again. It's been a while since you did power tools. Sure, I can do power tools. I did not do them well, that's true. Daddy Nasil, you inspired me right now. I was drawing like 2 weeks now. I'm gonna draw some mech stuff. Woo! Mech stuff. Sockbird is chilling right over here. Let's bring Sockbird into the picture. There we go. Say hello to Sockbird. Okay, so let's continue with this monstrosity that I'm creating here. I'm gonna do a little bit of selection here. Just the areas that I know that should be slightly more in shadow. like that there. This armpit, let's see if this is enough. I sort of can work with that, and let's make just a little brighter area as well. The champion is back, Sogbear the champion. We should do another fight of the monsters. I think most everybody liked that. Adidas should be Abibas. I know. I think I had Dididas when we were going out and buying stuff. We had something called the Russian market, where you had all these fake things. And there we go. I think this can be a little bit brighter. And then we can have a splug there. Okay, let's see. Okay, and now we can come in with a line and another line. Same here. Okay with that. Now we can do the hands. This looks so stupid, I love it. If you guys are new to my channel or my streams, I love drawing stupid stuff. And like this very much qualifies. Also, like putting effort into stupid stuff, brilliant. It's like reverse comedy or something. It makes no sense to put this much effort into something stupid like this. Yet for some reason I just keep on going, and I do not know why. This like I'm pretty convinced that anime girls just give you brain cancer. I think that's the situation here. That's why I usually don't want to do this. But I decided to give in today. Oh, we need stripes on the shoes as well, but we could actually shoes. Let's make them a different color. Let me see if I can change this. Let's see what I missed. Lemiscate, hi from Metu Industrial Design. What is ME? So TU is Technical University. I'm curious what ME is. Got a challenge for you for the next stream. Draw thumbnail studies in the style of Raphael Lacoste. Actually, I have to say I don't know who Raphael Lacoste is. Let me quickly Google him. Oh, well, he's good. Can you suggest somebody who's shit like me? Jesus. Let's not kill Robert, okay? Because that's way to pronounce okay, it's not everything for me. Okay, let's oh no, I deselected my shoes. I wanted to go, so what I'm gonna do is just pick the same color and shift it down to like brown and take away from the saturation. Take away more from the saturation, I guess, and add a bit of darkness. Actually, I think I can go a little bit darker with this. Okay, and now I can do the Adidas stripes. There we go. Is everybody happy? We drew an anime girl. Can we stop this now? Oh, first world problem. Oh no, I deselected my shoes. That was a good one, Kim. I'll give you that one. Oh. Okay. Let's push this a bit more, yes. There we go. I see a little bit of extra thing here. We don't need, and the rest should be fine. There. We have an anime girl. We did some feedback. I think this is a good point to stop embarrassing myself and call an end to this stream. I don't know why there's a work rate thing there. Actually, it works if I take away the lines. Oh boy. Okay. All right, guys. This was fun. Oh yeah, the blunt. I forgot to the cigarette, guys. That's important. Let's not forget about the cigarette. Here, let's. I keep on saying goodbye. I will leave. I promise. Okay. Let me see if I missed any. Stop spitting facts about immigrants and brain cancer. Oh boy. Question: have you ever animated before? I did some onion skin animation, but just minimal. It's too much work. I have utmost respect for people that do animation. I was just watching one of Mother Dane James's live stream where he did animation. I think he was animating Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop, and it's just amazing the patience and work that goes into that stuff. It's ridiculous. Okay. I love the style of drawing and laughing while you do it. Well, you have to have fun with this nonsense, man. Like if you draw this and you don't want to get nightmares from it, at least you need to learn to laugh at it. All right, guys. Thank you very much for everybody to joining this little stream of ours. Thank you for participating in the challenge. I'm very happy to see these people. End of next week, I'm going on vacation, so there might be a long challenge or there might not be a challenge for a while. We'll see what happens. I have not figured it out yet, but we will have at least one more stream before I go on vacation. So until then, good night, nice evening, have a nice weekend, enjoy the beginning of summer. Bye bye everyone.